Um, okay. Everybody, uh, I'm not really prepared for this, but technically, we do have what's it going to be? A tropical storm Debby. Is this updated? Okay. In 10 minutes or so, we will get a National Hurricane Center update. I am checking on my phone. Sometimes the Radar Omega track line is kind of off, but once we do get that graphic, I will let you guys know. I'm going to make sure that this is. Also, I want to show you guys the current wind field is kind of crazy. Key West is getting that wind field, which means Key West, you're going to be getting all of that good old, probably some storm surge potentially, where whatever that wind field is, you're getting the winds and probably some of that storm surge a little bit, maybe not too much, but probably maybe not even storm surge. Maybe you're just seeing some waves. Maybe you're just seeing some waves, but I'm not going to. That's just the wrong thing. I am not going to have that on. So no, wait, I did the completely wrong thing. I am not prepared for this. But I'm going to be checking right now. And we do, once again, we have a hurricane, tropical storm warnings. And there's a tropical storm watch over here somewhere. And also we have, once again, tropical storm warnings yet again near Tallahassee. And then a tropical storm watch west of Apalachicola. Storm surge warning remains in effect over there. I can show you guys this. Way better on a map. Way better on a map. So this is where we're expecting storm surge. Obviously, the peak. We are expecting the most storm surge once again. And I will say it right now. Well, actually, not right now. I'll say something. But also, we could see up to 6 feet of storm surge over here. That goes really along the Florida coastline. And then the minimum storm surge impacts will be down here. As of right now, this area, once again, more than likely is, well, at least this area right now is more than likely going to be seeing that current up to 3 feet storm surge impacts right now as we speak. This could change. This could change. It really, some models were pointing to this maybe making landfall somewhere, maybe not even in the Big Bend, maybe somewhere near where the Big Bend curves into the Panhandle near Apalachicola. Because that area, sorry, that area, whew, sorry, I almost that that area. It'll show better on here. That area once again is in this cone of uncertainty, and models are doing some things like this. If these lines were different types of models, a lot of models are pointing towards the Big Bend, but some are pointing to where this cone of uncertainty is. And that's why I do think, personally, I do think that this storm surge, the storm surge, peak surge, the map will change. It all depends. Personally, I do think this 6 feet of storm surge will be maybe exceed a bit more up here, maybe even up here. I do think, it depends. I do think this up to 7 feet will probably extend somewhere over here. According to the wind field, the current wind field, this having a minimal storm surge impacts right here may change. You'll probably see everything on this side will probably go away. I do not think there will be. There might be some storm surge, but I don't think up to 3 feet. I think there'll probably be some waves, just some waves. Now, if you look at the watches and warnings specifically for storm surge, here's what we have right now. We do have a storm surge watch in effect everywhere like Tampa, Cape Coral, all the way up to Clearwater. Spring, hail, and storm surge warnings all the way up for the Big Bend until Apalachicola, everywhere in the highlighted areas. Wind speed probabilities, areas that will probably see the most winds. Once again, at least for the short term, will be in the will be really in the ocean, thankfully. So the largest winds, I do think, and the National Hurricane Center thinks, will be in the ocean. So it will not, the main threat, well, the main maximum wind speeds will probably not be near land, but it does look like if we zoom in, if we do have the power to, if zoom, we zoom in, it does look like it barely will probably see the maximum. But you're right here where we do expect, right there where we do expect there to be landfall. It's a good thing to look at. Uh, Arrival time, I think that 2 p.m. Probably later on. I think, well, if you look at the cone of uncertainty, it says 2 p.m. Monday. I think that'll probably be later on. Let's be personally. I'll probably refresh this page looking, because I am looking for that update from the National Hurricane Center. It is 7:57. Sometimes they update it early. So we do have an update and nothing has changed. It's safe to say we still have a 40 mile per hour with 50 mile per hour wind gusts. At 2 a.m. we expect it to be 45. At 2 p.m. 50 miles an hour. 2 a.m. the next day 65, and around once again 2 p.m. next day we expect 75 miles an hour. I would not be surprised if we see some sort of rapid intensification. What's weird is the National Hurricane Center. I think if I look, so it's 40 right now. It's 8 p.m. So the current National Hurricane Center, if you look in depth, it does show rapid intensification. It does show rapid intensification because it says if you look around, let's say around 2 a.m. around 2 a.m. as I'm recording this, so the 2 a.m. that's about to come up from there, it's gonna be 45 miles an hour. The next 2 a.m., which will be the 2 a.m. tomorrow, will be 65 miles an hour, and that's 24 hours, and that is a rapid intensification. So it does not look like rapid intensification from a cone standpoint, but if you look in depth with it, with every single point, it does show, because rapid intensification happens around 20-25 knots with of an upgrade intensification within from a 24-hour period, a 1 day period. And yes, that does show, if you translate knots to miles per hour, it does show rapid intensification happening. Now, it does show rapid intensification to happen for a little bit. Let's see if I can update this. Where's the... Okay, yeah. Reload this page. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, now it's updated. So once again, it does show rapid intensification happening from here to here. It does show this period of rapid intensification, which is going to be starting at 2 a.m. So, not in a little bit, but maybe soon. Then after that, it doesn't show rapid intensification because, well, it's going to be on land the next 24 hours after that. So after that, there won't be rapid intensification technically, but there also, so that is really the only period where we're expecting a rapid intensification. But after that, it still, my prediction, it will still probably rapidly intensify to a hurricane. Low on hurricane is what we're expecting. That's what I think it's going to be. Low on Category 1 hurricane. It's expected to move, if you do, once again, this is way too low. If you look at it like, oh my god, this pen, never eat soggy waffles. East, and you have northwest, northeast, southwest, southeast, southwest. It kind of goes into this westernly pattern. That's a horrible line. But it kind of goes into this westernly pattern. Now, it kind of curves. So up until here, basically, is where technically it'll be north. Well, actually, up until here is where it'll be facing a northwestern. It'll be going at least some point west, but it's going to be tilted a bit northernly, but still west. Sorry about that. If it keeps moving west, if it keeps making like not just hard, not just like hard wests, but like I'm talking about like not really that, but because northwest, northeast, southeast, southwest. That's horrible. But we kind of want this storm to move in this bit of fashion for it to possibly. So if it moves like I don't know how to, not Texas, but if it moves like a bit more towards Texas a little bit, then we may. It's kind of hard to explain here. Let me pull up a model because I'm like, this is not helping at all. Let me pull up a model run. Like here, for example, it's around right here. If this pink line, let's say it's possible that it takes. What if it takes this track and it kind of goes somewhere near Apalachicola instead of going where it's predicted to go, which is something like this. If it moves that far west, which it probably won't, but if it does, then we're probably going to be seeing maybe a bit something more than a category 1 hurricane, maybe a low in category 2 or a very high in category 1. So that is something we still have to keep an eye on. Now, if we look at current satellite imagery on this tropical depression 4, but it is tropical storm. This is what it's currently looking like. Once again, kind of hard to see, but this is Cuba. This is Florida, and here's the Keys. And our buddy Opal, somewhere right here. I don't really know. Somewhere right there. Somewhere right there. I'm actually gonna get, hold on one second. I'm gonna get more water. I'm gonna be right back. Alright, so we are back. But yet, once again, Florida, the Keys, Cuba, the Yucatan, and I don't know really. And this is, it's kind of hard to tell where it is. But it's about somewhere right there, that pink dot is. And it's moving. Okay, that's bad. It's moving that direction. Okay. We can look at some models if you want. Here's the HWRF models. 1 second. Okay, nobody's watching. But I just want to see. Why is my camera on? Yeah, that's freaky. My camera's on. Anyways, you guys can't see my face, so it doesn't even matter. Anyway, so this model, the HWRF, which is once again, this is better than the ECMFW, better than GFS because this is coordinated for. Calibrated. This is specifically for predicting tropical storms. Some people use the HRRR model, the HRRR model, and yeah, it has been accurate, and you can use it to your advantage. But it's not calibrated, so no matter let's say it's accurate for the next 500, the next 10 years. I'm not going to use it for tropical systems unless it is declared that it can be calibrated for tropical weather. But we're going to be using this because this will be more accurate predicting tropical weather. Okay, sorry for that loud noise. But around this time, around at least 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the pressure shows a Category 1 hurricane. Yeah, we're going, or at least a Category 1 hurricane, very low or a very high tropical storm. Now that is rapid intensification. Now, I don't necessarily agree with that. Cause I'm kind of like, I'm not really laughing, but also laughing because I just did a whole rant on how it's tropically calibrated. But I don't necessarily agree with that. I don't. Well, actually, you know what? I do agree with it. Since actually right now, isn't it about like 1,000 millibars? Gimme. Thank you, Hurricane Center. It is about. It's not going to give me the pressure. 1 second. I need to look at the pressure, or at least I'm not. Okay. Okay, it's 1,005 millibars right now. Yeah, so right now it's 1,005, where it's currently at. That's not right now. That's that right now it's from 1,005, but like, at least this is not right now. But right now, which is somewhere over yonder, it is 1,005 millibars. Oh, I actually want to see. So it actually did increase by 2 millibars. Wait, 7. Yeah, but it actually increased by 2 millibars since 5 p.m. So it did intensify a little bit. So this model run, I wouldn't be surprised if it is accurate. It's in high end tropical storm or very low in hurricane. Then it shows it being once again definitely at least pressure wise a Category 1 hurricane. Then it shows it kind of potentially being a high end Category 1 hurricane, a low or a low end Cat 2. Then right here before landfall, it shows once again either the highest on brink of a Category 2 hurricane, a very high in Category 1, or a low Category 2 hurricane, maybe a low in Category 2 hurricane. By landfall, we expect it to be 980 millibars. That is a Category 2 hurricane, so it's not out of the question that we'll see a Category 2 hurricane. Then it kind of shows it being a hurricane for a bit. Shows it being a hurricane until like somewhere over here in Georgia. Yeah, it shows it about being a hurricane till from here to somewhere over here. This is probably going to be once again that category 2 range. Then it shows up going into the does it even put it into the ocean? It shows it stalling out in Florida. Then it actually shows it going back into the ocean, going back into Florida. And that's a high-end tropical storm pressure-wise. So, what the fuck? And then it's really going back to the ocean, going back up, going back down, going back around, going back there, and that's it. So, I think the first part of that is going to be accurate. I don't. Accuracy predicted, same model of predicted radar, and surprisingly, by 8 p.m. it shows this and this. That's not that bad. That's honestly, that's not that far. That's not that bad far off. I mean, it shows it being a bit more bulkier the model run, but that's just always how it is. But that is scarily accurate for right now. And then once again, it shows his organization. Once again, definitely that's, out of bands, storm surge, all that good stuff. Then it's just actually forming an eye around here. Then and everything gets weird after this. Yeah, I don't. What I want to look for is, I want to do a comparison. I want to do a comparison to Idalia. I want to show you how scarily accurate this is. Okay. That's look how scarily accurate this is. This is what it is right now. And this is a Dahlia. Sorry, fuck. This is a Dahlia. This is right now. A Dahlia right now. It's scarily accurate. At least track-wise, it's scarily accurate. Now, yeah, a Dahlia was a bit more over yonder. Was a bit more like that. But that's scarily accurate. I'm not conspiracy theorying, but come to think of it, the people over here in the Big Bend that were affected by Idalia Now, I'm not. No, before I say before I say anything, I do not think that Debby will bring if it does make landfall on the Big Bend. I don't think it's going to bring Cat 3, Cat 4 impacts. I think that's nearly out of the question. More realistically, Cat 1, maybe Cat 2, but more than likely a Category 1 hurricane impacts. But come to think of it, it's not even, it's in a few days. I talk fast. In about like a week, 2 weeks, or at least in a few days, it'll be exactly 1 year since Hurricane Idalia made landfall and affected literally the same area as Debby will. And right now, I bet my bottom dollar that these areas are still recovering because once again, it hasn't even been a year yet. I bet you there's homes still being built and stuff, and they're going to get hit again by a hurricane potentially. Maybe even a category, that all depends, maybe category 2, more than likely category 1. So the new homes being built won't be totally destroyed, but there'll be some damage. Storm surge, also storm surge up to like 7 feet for the same areas. It, it's not it's not gonna be good for the Big Bend. The Big Bend has been royally screwed last year. Now it's not gonna be royally screwed, at least in this case scenario, unless something crazy happens with this storm and it more than rapidly intensifies. Which once again for Debby, once again, the Hurricane Center is just predicting for there to be a normal round of rapid intensification for this thing to happen. But if it wanted to get to Adalia's like Adalia's kind of like I guess intensity with its current track, it would have to more than rapidly intensify. It would have to start rapidly intensifying now. But we currently expect it to rapidly intensify by 2 a.m. by this coming 2 a.m. That's when we expect the start of it. And there's a chance it doesn't. If it doesn't, we're more likely not going to see a hurricane by landfall. But let's say it defies odds, because that X is where it is right now, and that pink dot is where Idalia was by the same time. Let's say it moves west. I mean, Debby's going to be moving in a westerly fashion, but a bit more northwestern. Let's say it literally shoots off straight west, full on x-axis, full on left, x-axis on the zero coordinate plane. Let's say it does that. If it does that, then the track line would probably if it does that, if it goes that much west, the track line will look probably exactly like a Dahlia's. And when it does look like that, it's not gonna be good. Ain't gonna be good. So once again, this was Adalia around the same time Debby is, and this is Debby. This is Adalia, and this is Debby around the same time. So something has to happen, man. I don't know. So that's really it. I'm gonna probably get off. Let me refresh YouTube. I'm probably just gonna watch somebody else's live stream. I'm probably gonna watch, well, if he's live. If you guys watch Max Velocity, quick shout out. He may do a live stream, so if he does, he probably will in the next hour or two for the 11 p.m. update. Once again, there it's updated. Nothing new. Nothing new. I don't know if the track line shifted. I don't know. Let's see. I remember it was a bit west of Perry. It was a bit west of Perry. I remember eating dinner with my grandparents. They live in, I'm not gonna say where, but they live in Florida. So it's around the same area. Yeah. I don't think the track line has moved at all. So we will be watching it, and I will be giving you guys once again updates on everything. Everything once again. I'm probably gonna leave a live radar loop. Once again, I have to do something really quick. Radaring. Cause I want to see. Okay, it's right here. Okay, if it's right here, then yeah, we're gonna lose visual. So technically, this is what the eye looks like right now. On live radar loop once again, we're gonna lose visual very soon, and we'll only have visual on the outer band. So that's something. Also, a lot of people are asking, okay, they were probably, it's not, some people are saying, oh, it's at least the Atlantic part. It's not going to be an active Atlantic hurricane season. I mean, we have a few, in in Mexico, Beryl and Debby, but really, at least name storm wise, and like the significance, like a lot of people were, a lot of like, YouTubers, meteorologists are hyping up this year, at least for name storms in the hurricane, at least hurricane name storms in the Atlantic. And a lot of people were saying, "Oh, it's not that," but it is that, and I'm going to show you why it is that. Because, um, what do I look up? What do I look up? What do I look up? I might have to hide my screen. I'm going to hide my screen just in case. Just in case. Okay. Now, it's only going to show me Debby, isn't it? Yeah, it's only going to show me Debby. Never mind. What is it? Oh, let me go to Hurricane Center. Um, I don't know what it. Um, I don't know where to find it, but actually, I have a genius idea where to find it. I actually have genius, a genius idea of where to find it. All we have to do is go here. The do is go here. Here we go. Don't worry, guys. We got this. Okay, Gmail. I'm going to email myself a picture because of. Okay, it's emailing. Alright, and what we need to do is Gmail. And I'm going to take that away from you. So, well, I don't think anything's going to be leaked. Yeah, nothing's going to be leaked, but it's my privacy. Can I open this with... let's see what this does. Funky photo editor. I hope it opens a picture. Now this is taking an extremely long time. You know what? Yeah, I'm just gonna do Gmail. Hide screen from rest of world. Can I open it in a... Here we go, wait. There we go. Look at the genius. Look at the genius. Alright. So. Look at the genius on me. So this is in 2 weeks. Week 2. 7 to the 3rd, once again. We will be dealing with this area, that 20%, and that is what we will have Debby. Then we will have another system try to form up around from the 7th to August 13th. Then after that, from the 14th to 20th, same thing, maybe even another system. So we're entering that activity phase, and also, if you're wondering about the Pacific will always be active. It's going to be active for the next few months. Just going to say that. In this area just saw a major hurricane. Saw 2 typhoons. One a super typhoon, and one typhoon, which is just hurricane, and super typhoon is equivalent to a major hurricane. We're probably going to see something like that again. Obviously, the next week, in 3 weeks, this will be more concerning because this one might bend something like this. Okay, I want to refresh this page. Who is live right now? Hey, you know what? We're gonna end it, guys, just because I'm tired. I'm new to this, and yeah. And once again, we're about to lose a visual on Debby. All we know is we definitely have these these tropical things coming up. These outer bands coming up on shore. The outer bands. Nothing looks too significant. Wait. Actually, Miami. If you live in Miami. Yeah, this is under a special marine warning. Yeah, water spouts are basically going to happen. If you look right here, it looks like we have a little bit of area of some rotation going on. This will be going on somewhere near Miami or in the Miami metro, so that probably will be a problem. Mainly water spouts or potentially tropical tornadoes, so we will have to watch that. We just get an update, an emergency update now. Okay, guys, that's gonna be it. I'm gonna see y'all later. Also, we have 5. Damn, that would have been so funny. Imagine if they clashed. But right now we have Category 1 Caroletta, and we have Tropical Storm Daniel about to mix their paths together. This will not affect Hawaii. Because Caroletta, once again, is starting to weaken. It'll more than likely not affect Hawaii. It'll probably be a tropical depression until somewhere here. And it'll probably, at least for this area, be a post-tropical cyclone or literally nothing. So, yeah. That is it, guys. I have nothing else for you. With the time we have left, I'm gonna, at least as far as I can, once again, probably until this little ring here, even though it shows outside the ring, but really at least inside the ring is a bit more accurate. Now we'll be tracking this for at least a little bit. But once again, 2 a.m. is what we are expecting the start of rapid intensification. And then we expect the end of rapid intensification to be until landfall. So, fingers crossed, everybody. Wait, did I get that wrong? 65. Sorry, rapid intensification to happen from here to here, not until landfall. I mean, it might rapidly intensify until landfall. The Hurricane Center is predicting rapid intensification to happen in the cone within this time frame. Which, if it really, really does rapidly intensify, we may actually have a hurricane right here, Category 2 potentially right over here. So that's it, guys. I will see y'all later in the next one. Good.